Good morning, everyone. Here we go again. Same old, same old. Look at the slot for the piggies. Ooh, looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. Ooh, I hear the birds. Oh, are you ready too? Get the boy out. Every day the same. Every day not quite the same. My garden. Look at you guys. My garden's hibernating. Hey, Gus. That's not your food. You already had your food. Let's see if the chickens ate all that goody stuff. Bet they did. They were probably ready for some green stuff. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, gosh, yeah, they really went through it. Huh? Yep. Look at this muck after all that rain. It just looks muckier than muck. You see all that? It's like, oh my gosh, is that ever gonna... What is that? Huh. What is that? That's weird. Mucking. Oh, here's more. Here's more. It's something with seeds in it. Anyway, this will dry up and this will... Oh! I thought I lost a bucket. This will all be green again in 2 or 3 months. It's amazing, the transformations that happen. Oh, yeah, let's put that there. Oh, I've turned the light on. Oh, Gus would just... Oh, did you throw your bowl out? That's what I like. That is what I like. Let's go have a quick look. Hang on, I'm coming. The frogs have been... It's been cold again, though. So, no, I see. Let's go have a look. They've been chirping over here a lot. Here are all the eggs. Look at that. Oh, that's something. Look at that. And one would say, oh, it's so cold. What if, you know? They make it. They all make it. Look at that. Isn't that something? Huh? Big old pile. Huh? Look at that. They're all going to be pollywogs. Okay. There's one of the piggies. Good morning. Looks like it's Tinkle. Feels like snow. Let me smell. Smells like snow. Huh? Yeah, okay. He says, man, get going. What are we doing here? Alright, sorry. So, made a video yesterday about some things. Then today again, I saw, I perused just really quickly in the morning, Facebook and YouTube, just quick. I don't really get into a whole lot. Then I play a little Candy Crush. I started that again. When I was laid up, I got bored. just watching, and so and of course I never spent any money. Gus, don't bother the piggy. And so I spent about an hour in the morning doing all that, and when I went into YouTube to just check and see what's going on there, which lots of good stuff on YouTube, really, recipes and how to do things. Oh, you have just about destroyed your boulder. I have to fix that. Came across a post, a video. Where's your bone? I'll let that What another young guy in Korea, a basketball player, was found dead in his home. Of course, they don't mention why he's dead in his home, but from the whole little video, it's not that hard to figure out. The poor dude was tired of life, around hateful people or something. And sometimes I wonder, it's just, I come across, it catches my eye. And I'm sad. I read that. I mean, no doubt he's in a good place. I mean, not all suicides end up in wherever people think they end up. Where's my piggy food? Come on. But anyway, it was a little disturbing, and then I remembered my dream. I had a dream several nights in a row now, the different dreams. Can't remember a thing about the dream. But there was always a ring involved. Just nothing, it had a gemstone in it. I want to say green, just because that's my favorite color. It seemed to be gold, or kind of a very dull gold. Not a new, brand looking new ring. And that ring was in every dream. Sometimes I was wearing it, sometimes someone else was wearing it. So I know, today I found out going, okay, what is this all about? Come on, guy. Hi, Ozzy. Well, look at you. You're here too. Oh, yeah, you run. So what does it all mean? You know, what is it? Does it mean anything? Well, what does a ring? A ring, in a way, I guess the way I understand it, on how I've been using it, on how it fits on your finger. It's a visible part on your hand. I would say most people wear rings that have a memory to it, means something to them. Is an heirloom? Sometimes it's just for, ooh, looks pretty, right? Yes. But the majority of the people, I would say, the rings that they wear, they have a history. A binding history, oftentimes, right? Yes, getting married. Interesting. What do I need? Chicken food. Yeah. So what's this? What is it? So I've come across them posts. Some are remembering family they've lost through tragedies like that, suicide. Come across posts where others are kind of using all right, the suicide of a person, not sure for what, but there, okay. And then where people are committing suicide because people around them are so hateful. All right, so I am saying, isn't it better to just not? If you're affected like that, right, but people are going to do it regardless. It doesn't matter. There's no comment police out there. Well, there is, but not, interestingly, not on something like that, right? It always says, keep your comments respectful, this and that. Then you're looking through them going, oh my gosh, there's not one respectful comment on that young guy's or page or whatever social media he's using. He's quite a famous basketball player. So, so a lot of people, I guess, know him, and then you have your, accomplishment page or something. I don't know. Maybe he just looked like he liked to take pictures of himself. He was a pretty boy, Anyway, so, but if it's affecting you, if anyone is out there, but it's affecting you like that, and so, oh my gosh, that's how people think about me. Well, no, they don't. Most people don't think about you like that. That's the thing. It's those select few, again, who are, why do they even comment on someone else's if it isn't something to teach, right? This was just about, they were trying to figure out if he was gay or not. Who cares? He wasn't doing anything illegal. He wasn't doing anything, how do you say? Illegal, right? Okay, but, all right, well, anyway, so that's what people assume. Yeah, so then, well, anyway, the assumptions just went wherever they went, and, no doubt if he wasn't struggling with something in his life, maybe a little, his identity or this or that, right? That little young guy and his, no doubt looked like he was in his early 20s. That's a baby still in the adult world, struggling because so many hateful people. Okay. In one Oh, I could throw that rest out to the chickens, but I still have stuff here. Alrighty, girl, you're gonna have to move, and I have to find a spot for that special hay. I put this here because we had a leak, and hay was sitting there. And it got all wet. This is good stuff for the chickens. Well, anyway, so, gosh almighty, really, it seems like every country can't even avoid senseless deaths like that young man who finally just, no room in this world for me, and probably, I guess he had, okay, I don't know. He mentions that you don't know me, you please stop doing what you're doing, you don't know me, right? And, a senseless death, again, of a young person. Well, if we can't prevent senseless deaths like that, right, caused by your own people to another person, then how are we expecting to save any lives anywhere else? If we don't even have that, yeah, I'm going to say under control. What does it mean, under control? Well, number one, I mean, gosh, they're so good on all them social media things. They're so good about, it takes YouTube forever and ever to post one of mine. They're checking it out, you know, once it's all uploaded. It doesn't just go on. It still takes hours and hours, thank you, Bo, for it then to actually show, which it usually does. I guess they can't really find anything. Well, she's got a point. Well, it should be out there as well. Right? Otherwise, they would just shut me down a long time ago. But, so they have all these, they have all these ways to control comments and videos and on social media, and yet, for one reason or another, these hateful comments towards a young person who's good at basketball playing, that's it. Otherwise, I didn't see anything that, you know, where that was, I'd say, well, he's got some other problems, this and that. Even then, right, he wasn't hurting anyone. He wasn't doing anything to anyone. Yeah. Very sad. That's just sad. When I see, okay, early in the morning, why do I do that? But it's when I see things like that on social media of people being out there sharing about their life, this and that, you know. And then someone suddenly hooks on to something, says, oh, hey, look, he's wearing makeup. Eh? I bet you, right? And start some kind of a rumor and gossip and this and that, right? According to that young dude, he had a girlfriend, so I don't know, that wasn't good enough. Maybe he was blind. lion pack to mind. Who doesn't like lions, right? Don't have to live with them. Right? But lions are kind of cool. They really are. Aren't lions cool? Yes. And a lion pack, when they wander, and they have their babies with them and all that, and they have the babies, there's always one or two that are little grunts, this, that, and in nature, the survival of the fittest is often Buddy, what are you doing with your... This looks loose, too. All right, I'm coming, guys. Go out easy. Slippery out there, okay? Easy. Easy. Ugh. Now, Ozzy, I know you're in here, too. I don't want any trouble. Come over here. Come on. Oh, he's went out that way. Ozzy, move. Ozzy. Oh, don't. Go in. Lock him in. Looks good. I'll lock you in there for a minute. Let this do that. You're coming out. And oftentimes, they're not getting any milk, so they're already weak. They just get weaker. Often they look a bit diseased as well, and no one cares in the pack. No one. What's it called? A lion. Oh, and that other video, that wasn't Field of Dreams. That was with Kevin Costner. The other one was Of What Dreams May Come. That was the one with Robin Williams. Well, let me think. It's not called a pack. It's called a pride. A lion pride. And the babies that just aren't strong enough to fight for the milk and to fight for this and that, they're often always on the side, just getting weaker and weaker, and no one cares about them. Sometimes they get bullied as well by little older lions, kind of nudged around to stand. They can't, and eventually they die. They're too exhausted to do, or can't even go with the pride anymore, move with the pride, and they die. I know, somehow that came to my mind, where it seems like with social media, that is happening to people. All right, well, people have been taking their own lives for a long, long time. I mean, this isn't necessarily something new, okay? But I think it's more so, become more so a trend for it to happen more often. And when it is instigated in a way with this young man, then one has to wonder about our prides. We're not lions. We're human beings. What are we doing to our own kind? How is putting... Now, I'm not talking about me who sometimes puts a sarcastic remark somewhere. I'm going, huh? What? Right? And often it isn't about someone. It is about something. Right? I'm talking about people just being hateful. towards others with scathing remarks or putting them down. And I mentioned that. I guess in sports it's the same thing. People who really excel at something, are really good at something, right? I mean, excel, genius level something out there, and are in the public eye, they're also very sensitive. They have very sensitive souls. Their hearts get hurt much more easily than someone like me, right? Ancestors been farmers, mountain farmers. I ended up in the mountains being a farmer for I don't know how many X years now. I've always kind of done my own thing. If people were saying stuff about, I wouldn't even know. I was paying attention. But that was me. I saw another one where a guy who's an amazing entertainer, this and that, is watching someone else singing his song, and he's giving, his reaction, and then he's also being asked, so do you watch when people react to your songs and give their comments to it? Do you watch that? Now this is someone that is on top of the top of the top of the top of whatever pyramid is possible when it comes to that particular part of entertainment. And he says, I'm afraid to. So sometimes I do, but I'm afraid to. You're afraid why? Because he's afraid that he will be called out on the mistakes that he made, or this or that, right? It's like, oh my gosh, really? I never even thought of that. I watched quite a few people, who react to something, first time they hear it and all that, and it's funny. It would never, though, it would never occur to me, though, to have thought that anyone would say anything negative. Oh, but that's me, again. People are capable of hating someone out that they don't know personally over something that has nothing to do with their life. And then create this just vortex of hate and distaste for someone over, again, nothing illegal, nothing that hurts anyone out there, right? Then at least not there. At least not in his environment, looks like. Then that's, gosh, if people would realize how badly they'd be punished, they will be punishing themselves. That's it. Suicides regarded as, yesterday, depending on what it was all about, you're going to end up in a very lonely place when you do that. This young man, I don't think so. But the people who drove him to it. Okay, well, can anybody be driven to it? Well, obviously. Right? He wasn't strong enough. He's not strong, and he wasn't strong enough. And he wasn't strong enough to just quit social media and say, I got a career as a basketball player. That's it. Right? So then the few that he would come across, just in regular, using his cell phone, wouldn't have been so devastating. Maybe. I don't know. Right? Yes. But the people who are doing it to another human being, oh, I wouldn't want to be you in spirit world when you go. Unless you repent. Oh gosh, well, it's going to take too long. So, there again, right? Yeah. How can we expect to save anyone's life? Keep a nation safe, another nation, if in our own nation we're letting things like that go on. Sadly, no doubt, there were enough people also who encouraged him. Don't listen to them, but it wasn't enough. That's sad as well. It wasn't enough. There was probably this many, right, who were just bombarding him with nastiness and ugliness and I don't know what. But then I'm sure there were this many who supported him. Right? But he didn't see that through the fog, through the hate, through the dark clouds. All right? He couldn't see that anymore, which is also really sad. Maybe I should set up a hotline in the house where people, famous people, not so famous people, anyone can just call my house, my hotline. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay. And talk to me, you know. Call Daniela. Call Daniela. You know, she'll set you straight, right? I mean straight. She'll let you know what's important. And then you need to listen. I'm sure everyone has people around them who do say, you need to listen. You need to not look at all these comments anymore. You need to not pay attention to that anymore. Okay? Let it go. And then the ones that are stronger around a person that is that sensitive, I guess then you build a force around them, right? And then you start doing what? Right. When I had a page, it was much bigger. I had people suddenly come in, because I had my opinions about things, come in and they were, it was like, whoa, not on my page, you're not. Then, after some sparring, I realized, okay, this is senseless. You're not going to get nowhere with this. So I started just, thank you for your comment. I appreciate your comment. A different point of view. Thank you very much. I will think about it. I will pray about it. That was it. Suddenly they started to disappear. Interesting? Yeah. So sometimes you have to, instead of, that young man, I can't get him out of my mind. That young man probably in a way also fed, right, all that discontent towards him over something. Right? Yeah, well, I don't want to get into this something. It's stupid. Okay? I don't like things stuffed down my throat, regardless on who I am, right? Or what I believe in, this and that. And I don't stuff anything down anyone else's throat. If I see injustice done through certain behavior, you're going to hear about it, but that's to me not the same. If I have someone come on my porch and they have a certain point of view about something, and I'm going, have you ever hurt anyone with these views? Have you ever, are you good with destroying people with that view? I mean, physically being out there doing that? Forcing people to accept your point of view, this or that? Are you doing that? Well, no. I said, well, then we can talk. Even with opposite views, you can always learn something from the people. Sometimes you can learn why they're like that. And then, of course, I can say, well, I think you find more happiness if, right? So, then it goes into teaching. Right? But as far as, that's what it is. So, sad to see a young person, all alone in his apartment, taking his own life. Getting hot now. So young, successful, and he, like I said, he was even someone, I'm going on and on. I'd have to digest things like that, and think about things like that, and talk about things like that. And the reason is, it makes me mad. And when I get mad, I can create a whole bunch of havoc out there with just my thoughts and direct them where I want them to go without doing anything else. And I don't want to do that. I don't like to do that because that's wrong as well. Just because I have the power doesn't mean I get to exercise it like that on other people. But, so, I talked about it. I like to ask all them Korean people. It sounds like it was all Koreans who did that. I don't know. There might have been. I don't know. I don't think. I can't. Well, anyway, who knows? I've never heard of the guy. So before. That was, again, interesting. I came across that. And the ring. I'd like to ask all them Korean people who were so nasty to this young man, are you happy now? Is that satisfying you? Job well done. Wow. Wow. You know what? No doubt Satan has a little gold star for you. Oh. Well, that's very sad. And I'm not getting it. I'd like them to all come on my channel and tell me why they do that, why they did that. And I want to know how happy they are now. I mean, their lives must be running like, you know, oiled gears and all that, you know. Belt's running real nice now and all this, you know. Till they find the next victim. Oh, until things dry up again. They're unhappy in their lives. They're not getting what they want. Right? Then they're going to look for the next victim, aren't they? Mm-hmm. The more famous, the better, I guess. Right? Yes. Jeez. Such differences between countries when it comes to and how they treat their actors, right? Our actors here, not all of them. I don't even know most of them anymore, right? Someone talks about someone says, yeah, who is that? You don't know? Wow, you know, which century do you live in? The last one. Amazing on how the actors, there's some good ones, I guess, still. I don't know. What they get away with, per se. What they have to endure to. I guess when it comes to the film industry, actors, musicians, all that stuff, you know, it seems like there's a lot of abuse going on. Also with children, and I don't know what, you know. So then if on top of that, then the public, for no better reason than also starts hammering in on you, I guess I could sympathize somewhat with that. Or empathize. Sympathize doesn't mean I've had any experience in it, which I don't. Well, small scale, right? Baffles me. It's such an oxymoron when you think about it, right? Here these actors and musicians and people who play sports or do sports, you know, they feel famous and this and that, you know, and people love them and they love their shows and love their the games and I don't know what and the music and then they love it, you know, and then there's this other side of on how they're hated, right? In private, this oxymoron thing. That's a weird one. It's weird. It's not funny, really, when it comes down. Well, anywho, I thought I shared that this morning. So sad to see another young life. Okay, it's interesting. That was 12 days ago. That was 12 days old already. Maybe he's giving a little message through me from spirit world, you know. But I also think that, oh, well, that's where the ring would come in. I also think that, in a way, he's trying to encourage other young people like him to not fall into that trap. Okay? It's a trap. That's a very sad thing. In the social media, it's a trap that you fall into and you start believing things. You start being sensitive to things that don't exist, that aren't there. Right? I think that's maybe something as a young person you'd like to communicate now from spirit world. Don't fall into that trap. And remember that you have good people around you, family around you. If you need a break, just tell them, hey, I gotta go. I'll be back. Yeah, but if staying on the job, making sure you're not going to miss out on a drama or something, or if you're not available at all times, then, you know, it's kind of, you got to go with the hot times, you know, while you're hey, don't pee on that. While you're, you know, on the top of your game. If that destroys you, then which part makes more sense? Take a break. When you see certain things start happening, take a break. Get away from it. Right? So you can think clearly in that cloud, that dark cloud of mean, nasty people out there who don't know any better, by the way, obviously. Who does that? I'd like to know who does stuff like that. Okay, don't go there, Daniela. That's dangerous for these people when they start thinking that way. In any case, then wouldn't it make sense to take that break? If it's going to destroy you, what's going to matter if you're on top of your game in this now? You see? So the excuses of not, okay, got to take a step back, got to take a break, well, I got to keep going because it doesn't make sense then, does it? Well, anyway. Well, there you go. One could look at it one way or another way or da-da-da. You're only going to be here once. Why make it so difficult and hard for yourself? Especially when you aren't that sensitive, you know. So, well, I have a hotline. You can call my house. If you're going to talk to you, you know. I always say I'm most likely not going to be able to prevent anyone from taking their life. If that's what they really want to do, for one reason or another. But at least I'm willing to listen. Why do you feel that way? To start with. Why do you feel that way? Why do you truly feel that way? And then what do you think one change in your life would help with that? One, what would that be? Not me giving the solution, though I probably would know it, or telling someone else what to do with their life so things go better. It's that's what teaching is often about, right? That's why children get math problems and, okay, so here it is. I've taught you, right, how to get to the answer. Now you have to do it yourself with different problems, but the same steps of execution, right? Yes? Okay. Kind of the same thing. Right? You teach first. Okay, these are the steps. Now, how are you going to execute that? You, yourself, right? Yes. Well, anyway. Stop hurting yourself out there. Don't listen to nasty people. Gosh, you know. And remember, maybe there's someone around you that will need you in the future. Yeah. So I wish people would stop doing that. Right? Because, yeah, should I make him a little feel like I can make you a little feel a little guilty up there, wherever you're at. He's not in a bad place at all, actually. Reflection place. That's not a bad. It's all right. That's not a bad place. That's not hell. To reflect. Right? What was my last words? Oh. It occupies, this will occupy my whole day now. My whole day. I'm going to have to digest that sadness that I feel that has come also from the people that found him or who were friends and who were aware of, right, the abuse that he had to take verbally from people. And I'm sure they tried. It's not that. But it's still after 12 days. Yeah, that's because, okay, all right, I'm not going to go into that. That's too difficult for people to digest or understand when I start talking that way. But it will take me all day to digest the death of that young man. His spirit gone at such a young age for such a senseless reason. Oh, that he killed himself? No. People drove him with their nasty, senseless, mean comments, assumptions. Into an early grave. Not much different than just going to war and shooting someone. That's in the physical way. These people who did that to this young man did it in a spiritual way, in a psychological way. I said, wouldn't want to be you. See you, wouldn't want to be you when you go to spirit world. Morning. Yeah. Everybody who did that out there, oh, this will be my last thing. One more thing. Better get on their knees in front of his grave and apologize. That might save you some grace right there. Okay? Just saying. Hey. I'm giving you the formula. You're going to have to execute that yourself. Probably be good for him. Probably be good for you, mean, nasty people out there. Okay, I'm done. God's love and blessings always. Look at Gus, you guys. Gus. Gus. He's got so big. Gus. Hey. He got so big. He's what, 9 months old now? He's gonna be the size of a pony, huh? Size of a pony, buddy? Yeah. He's cleaning up the little bit of feed that got dumped out there. That's good. Well, I'm getting there. I started. Now I have to finish. God's love and blessings always. It's Burley, our last barn cat. And I'll talk to you all another time.